it. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me what happened, Todd.
I was walking home from my doctor's office, and the train tracks are a shortcut to where I live, and so usually that's the route I take, but I don't usually walk on the tracks or at all. I'll walk on the side of the tracks, right? When the vehicle, like the CN vehicle, four-wheel drive ruts, right? That's usually where I walk. Thing is I get on the tracks at the train station. So why wouldn't the train station be the one calling on my way to my doctor's? Why am I getting in trouble on the way back? The train station itself seen me get on that four-wheel drive thing, not on the tracks, and didn't say anything. And they have cameras there, right? And then all of a sudden, obviously a bystander seen me on the tracks and called it in, when all I was doing was adding to my rock collection, literally, because I found rocks on the train tracks, not on the tracks, but off to the side, rocks with pieces of gold in them, rocks with pieces of copper in them, crystal rocks, and it's believed that where there's crystal, there's gold.
So you were looking for copper on the tracks?
No, rocks,
rocks, rocks with copper in them.
Or no, hopefully with, shiny yellow gold in them, and then I still have them. I think they put them in my bag, and I'll go through them when I get home with a magnifying glass because my eyes are so bad, right? That's all I was doing. Now she's trying to say that she was calling me after. All I heard from her was, "Hey, get off the tracks, a train's coming," and that's when I did that, right? I didn't even know they were still following me. So I just kept walking way down in the ditch, right?
Yeah.
And then she grabbed me out of nowhere from behind, scared the shit out of me because I didn't know they were still coming after me, right? And she claims that she was calling my name after that. I didn't hear anything like that, or I would have stopped, right?
Yeah.
All I heard from her was, "Hey, get off the tracks, the train's coming."
And you've got over $700 in tickets from
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, $600 for the one ticket of being on the tracks, and then $125 for open liquor.
600 for being on the
Over
tracks.
700.
I know, but I mean 600 just for being on the tracks.
What do you think of that?
That's ridiculous. I mean, I do understand that, they're trying to protect people at the same time, but I was alert. I'm not, even though they did find one beer on me, it's not like I'm intoxicated. I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now, right? And they emptied all my pockets because he goes, "So what would you say if I asked if I could search you right now?" And I said, "Well, first I would ask you why you would want to do that. Like being on the tracks, collecting rocks, what's that got to do with searching me, right?" And then he goes, "Well, in that case," he goes, "you're under arrest." So he takes my backpack off, starts putting my hands, and I'm like, wait, my hands are back there, so I'm not resisting. I'm like, wait, what do you mean I'm under arrest? I'm like, he goes, "I'm not saying you're charged yet, you're just under arrest." Well, I've never heard that before. Usually when you're not being charged, it's called being detained, right? But all he had to say was, "You're just being detained until we can get you out here on, off the tracks where we're all safe."
Yeah.
But he didn't say that.
For sure.
And this lady's claiming that she called my name over and over and over, which I never heard.
So you did have the beer, you were saying, but I mean, over $600 just for being on the tracks, is that a little excessive?
Yeah, I think so, especially when I'm alert. I was alert. I seen the lights on. I knew the train was coming. I knew what track it was on. And the only reason I went that way was because she was on this side. So I was hoping, maybe she's going on the other side and I could boogie and get off these tracks before they get me.
Yep.
And then she took my wallet and like leaves with it, like way away, when all she asked for was my ID. So I took out my wallet and opened the thing and showed her my ID, and instead she took my whole wallet. So as soon as this officer asked, "What would you say if I could search you?" I said, first I would ask you why you'd want to do that. And he goes, well, in that case, and then that's when
Yeah,
they
and then it
put
went
me in
from there.
cuffs and emptied all my pockets. Some of the stuff I didn't know was in there,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't know it was a $600 some odd fine. Here I am on social services.